Hello there, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Nightline. I'm Handy Gui. Let's dive into the news. The Ministry of Welfare, Community Wellbeing, Women, Family and Childhood Development Sarawak, KWKPK, urged more parties to become strategic partners to ensure the success of the Kenyalang Gold Card initiative. Its Minister Dato' Sri Fatimah Abdullah said it is a step to collaborate and help senior citizens enjoy the services that are offered. So far, KGC's strategic partners include 195 vendors across the state.
Just to inform the press, untuk bahagian kucing saja, we have 86 vendors. Out of a total 190 berapa tadi ya? Vendor 190. Kucing paling banyak jadi vendor. And we are still looking for more partners ya, sebanyak-banyak yang mungkin to give benefits to our senior citizen.
Various facilities and price reduction rates are offered by strategic partners to senior citizens who are KGC holders. This includes optical services, public transports, pharmacy, reflexology, dental care, and more. Meanwhile, one of the strategic partners that offers pharmaceutical services said KCG holders will receive various benefits, such as discounts for supplements and so on.
Biasanya kami orang akan minta Kenyalang Gold Card holder untuk datang ke Astro Pharmacy setiap 18 hari bulan. Because untuk 18 hari bulan itu, kami orang ada bagi offer kalau mereka beli pembelian RM200 ke atas, dia boleh dapat RM10 diskaun. Lepas tu untuk dia punya suplemen, ada special for omega 3 dengan suplemen mata juga.
Meanwhile, for optical services, some offer discounts of up to 50% in order to help those who could not afford spectacles.
Untuk 50% untuk sunglass kah, bingkai kah, untuk orang tua lah. Misalnya harga bingkai 100, happy less 50% kan, tinggal 50 sajalah. Itu saja kami kasih lah. Biasa contoh macam tu lah. Kami buat ini untuk membantu orang yang tidak kemampuan lah macam tu lah. Terutamanya orang yang umur meningkat macam tu. Sebab mungkin tidak ada pekerjaan kah, apakah, kami tolong cuma bantulah.
Kenyalang Gold Card nyata memberi keistimewaan kepada penerimanya sekaligus telah mampu mengukir senyuman pada wajah warga emas dengan bantuan yang telah diberikan. Sekian laporan Odlin Ketani bersama juru kamera Muhammad Gusti untuk TVS Kuching.
The Persatuan Anak Istimewa Sarawak, also known as Perais, has proposed that the Bengkel Seri Sarawak in Kota Samarahan to be upgraded into an academy for persons with disabilities, PWD. Perais President Rapilson Richard Hamid said the academy should also be run by PWD to ensure job opportunities to this community and train them into becoming teaching staff.
For this to happen, the training complex must first be built. He said at this time, almost all the employees who work in Bengkel Seri Sarawak are below the poverty level. Therefore, in upgrading the workshop to an academy, the welfare of employees is expected to be improved and guaranteed. At the same time, Rapasa hopes that the Sarawak government will consider the suggestion. Sarawak Welfare, Community Wellbeing, Women, Family and Childhood Development Minister Dato' Sri Fatimah Abdullah said Sarawak will set up a vocational school for students in the state who are from the PWD group and have completed their Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia or SPM examinations. However, the ministry has yet to determine if it will be established as a PWD Training Complex or a vocational school.
The postponed road project in the Pelagus constituency, which is from Nang Tulik to Nang Merit, will be continued. Pelagus Assemblyman Wilson Nyabong Ijang said the 280 million ringgit project will utilize funds under the Rural Development Ministry, KPLB. It has been approved under the 11th Malaysia Plan.
Itu memang lama tertangguh, cadangan rekoda dulu. Sepatutnya rekoda yang implement lah, melaksanakan projek itu. Tapi kita tidak kira dari mana duit datang. Itu asal daripada kerajaan pusat. Dulu dari rekoda EPU, Economic Planning Unit, Perdana Menteri punya pejabat. Lepas itu sekarang dia orang ada dana daripada Kementerian Luar Bandar.
At this moment, only the consultation selection process remains, and once completed, the tender will be opened immediately. All affected land have also been fully compensated.
Kita ada beberapa 6 ke 8 jembatan sepanjang 40 km dari Danga Tuli ke Danga Merit. Itu daripada itu ada simpang pergi Bengkel. Itu jalan utama untuk pergi Bengkel kemudian.
He revealed the road project was postponed due to the change in government and lack of funds. On January 2019, Wilson met with Sarawak Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg to explain the situation. Meanwhile, he said if no funds were allocated, the fund from Upper Rajang Development Agency will be allocated to finance the delayed project. However, the issue was solved with the federal government changed, where under KPLB, the funding for the project was approved.
Right. Meanwhile, the youth in Pelagus are hoping that the government can provide sports facilities for leisure activities. For Norfolk Q, sports facilities are essential to ensure healthy lifestyle for the youth in the areas.
Amat memerlukan fasiliti-fasiliti seperti gelanggang futsal ataupun seperti gelanggang takraw untuk aktiviti sihat belia-belia lelaki dan perempuan pada waktu petang.
Kalau kita ada Dewan Mini pun cukup baik. Meaning dari segi kalau kita nak ke arah pembangunan belia yang sedia ada, kita patutnya ada satu fasiliti yang kita boleh menggumpul belia-belia yang sedia ada untuk kita membuat satu program yang boleh membangunkan belia-belia kita yang ada di rumah panjang ini.
Russell added many young talents in the longhouses can be nurtured and at the same time contribute to the development of human capital in remote areas.
Kami memerlukan satu dewan yang digunakan untuk membuatkan aktiviti-aktiviti yang berfaedah seperti membuat kraft tangan, menganyam tikar, membuat manik.
Seperti mana kita orang selalu buat pertandingan futsal, kadang-kadang kita orang buat pertandingan sepak takraw. Selain itu juga, kita orang pun pernah buat praktis macam kita orang panggil Zumba.
Hydrogen bus trial operations in Kuching will continue according to the schedule that was set. The service provides free bus rides for passengers from the downtown heritage loop to Damai.
This was confirmed by Sarawak Metro following a viral photo that showed a hydrogen bus being towed. Sarawak Metro, a subsidiary company of Sarawak Economic Development Corporation or SEDC, has taken the relevant actions to ensure the continuity of the bus service. Sarawak Metro, with the help of its technical partner Foshan Feichi Automobile Manufacture Co. Limited in China, is working to solve the issue. However, Feichi was not able to attend physically due to the travel restrictions during the COVID-19 pandemic.
A total of 24 landslides were reported in Bau district from January 17th to 21st. The reports that were received in a 5-day period involved 12 villages and 24 families and homes.
Bau District Malaysian Civil Defence Force MCDF Officer Lieutenant Patrick Lagapate said for those living in risky and dangerous areas, they are advised to always be vigilant and ready to move in order to prevent any untoward incidents. At the same time, Patrick revealed that after receiving complaints from the public, MCDF will rush to the location to monitor and report the incident status to Bau District Office for further action. MCDF has also installed canvases on the surface structure of the landslide, which could potentially be dangerous to the local residents.
Now on to the COVID-19 development. Sarawak reported 2 more deaths due to COVID-19 in the state. This brings the total cumulative number of deaths in the state to 26.
Meanwhile, Sarawak recorded 193 COVID-19 positive cases today, bringing the total number of positive cases in the state to 3,124 cases. Cebu recorded the highest at 138 cases, which comprises 114 cases from the Pasai cluster and 24 cases involving individuals who underwent screening at Cebu Health Centre. Miri recorded 12 cases with Bintulu 10, Kuching 9, Dalat 9, Kapit 5, Sabah 4, Kanawit 2, Selangor 2, Bau 1 and Limbang 1. Bintulu district changed from a yellow zone to orange after recording 29 cases in the last 14 days. Meanwhile, Bau district is now classified as a yellow zone.
Meanwhile, Malaysia recorded the highest number of new positive COVID-19 cases at 4,275. This brings the cumulative total number of cases to 180,455.
Today also saw the highest number of COVID-19 recoveries and discharges reported at 4,313 cases. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said the total number of discharged cases in the country now stands at 137,019. Of the total new cases, a total of 4,264 are local transmissions, while 11 are imported cases. The state of Selangor continues to record the highest number of daily cases at 1,421 in a period of 24 hours, bringing the total number of cases in the state to 53,384.
The decision to reveal locations visited by COVID-19 positive cases to the public is for their own benefit and not to trouble premise owners. The step is seen as encouraging the public to not be exposed from the virus. State Disaster Management Committee Chairman Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah Emba stressed that the decision was necessary to guarantee that premises are free from COVID-19.
Ini yang tujuan kita. Tidak ada tujuan lain. Kita tidak ada tujuan untuk menyusahkan tuan punya kedai. Tetapi tuan punya kedai juga, dia juga tidak tahu kalau bila kes ada melawat sesuatu tempat itu. Jadi kita harap semua kita bekerja sama. Kita nampak seperti di Cebu baru-baru ini cukup ramai mereka keluar sehingga kita dapat sampel sehingga 10,000 lebih.
Ugah said the decision was made by the State Disaster Management Committee, or SDMC, after a detailed discussion between all parties. By revealing the locations, including the date and time of visit by the positive case, Ugah said this will encourage more people to come forward to undergo health screenings if any concerns came up.
Tujuan kita mengeluarkan tempat-tempat yang dilawati oleh pesakit, oleh kes adalah untuk menjedari orang ramai. Jadi dalam data-data yang kita bagi itu adalah termasuk waktu, tarikh dan waktu dia datang. Dan tujuan kita adalah untuk menentukan bahawa sesiapa yang merasakan mereka melawat tempat itu pada tarikh dan waktu yang telah diterterakan, mereka diminta untuk pergi ke hospital ataupun pusat kesihatan untuk mendapat saringan.
On the compliance of standard operating procedures by traders and customers at Bandar Riau Market, Ugah said he was very satisfied because on average they complied with the stipulated SOPs. The procedures include recording names, maintaining physical distancing, as well as wearing face masks.
The vaccination program planned by government to prevent the COVID-19 pandemic is imperative. The vaccinations will create herd immunity, which will enable the national economy to recover.
Deputy Secretary General for Technology Development, Commercialization and STI Services, Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, Dr. Muhammad Noor Azman Hassan said, when herd immunity is achieved, then the spread of COVID-19 will be under control, as the majority of the people have shown resilience towards the coronavirus.
Jadi peluang untuk kita membuka semula ekonomi itu akan lebih besar lah. Kerana apabila kita boleh menjamin setiap individu ataupun kalau 70% 80% itu disahkan ada bentuk-bentuk jaminan vaksinasi contohnya, maka kita akan boleh pastikan rakyat kita terselamat.
Herd immunity refers to a low infectivity rate as a large part of the community is immune to the virus.
As many as 8,230 head of households KIR in the Nangka constituency will start receiving the Sarawak Kusayang MCO 2.0 food basket assistance on Sunday. Assistant Minister of Education, Science and Technology Development Sarawak Nangka Assemblyman Dr. Anwar Rapai said the aid will be distributed until Tuesday.
He explained that 9 distribution centres will be activated to distribute the aid to a list of receivers that was made during the distribution of MCO 1.0. Speaking at a media conference after visiting a distribution centre in Lakis Hall, Dr. Anwar reminded those who have received aid under MCO 1.0 to inquire at the distribution centres set to their respective locations. According to him, aid for senior citizens will be sent directly to their homes, while for those speaking up for themselves, they will be called for according to a schedule.
Saya ingin memberi nasihat kepada seluruh masyarakat yang prihatin ya, jika mereka ada mendengar keluarga yang terputus makanan ataupun mana-mana pihak yang tidak mendapat bantuan ini tetapi harus mendapat bantuan ini, mereka menghubungi nombor yang sama nanti. Kita boleh bantu.
He added the process of picking up the aid will be done according to the strict standard operating procedures, with receivers' temperatures being checked as well as the utilization of MySejahtera and QR codes.
The price of chilies in the market, including the chili merah kulai, chili merah minyak and chili akar, is starting to drop. According to Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Datuk Seri Alexander Nantalinggi, the chili merah kulai was 23 ringgit per kilogram last December, but this week 17% dropped to 19 ringgit per kilogram.
He said the increase in the price of vegetables such as chilli was due to the weather change in the country, as well as the extreme cold weather in the highland areas, such as the Cameron Highlands, which are the major suppliers of such produce. In a statement, he said the weather conditions have caused the quality and quantity of vegetables to drop. According to him, the chili planting in Malaysia is strongly influenced by weather, soil and sand type with a pH value of 5.5 to 6.5 and moderate humidity levels. Explaining further, Nanta added the physical area of chili farms in Malaysia was 576.85 hectares, with 204.45 hectares planted with kulai chilies. Furthermore, the average Malaysian consumed an estimated 6 grams per person per day or 0.17 kilograms per month or 2 kilograms per year, meaning the annual supply needed for the 32.73 million Malaysians is at 65.46 million kilograms. He said he would discuss with Agriculture and Food Industry Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Ronald Kiandi on strategic and progressive measures to increase the capacity of local chili farmers. Apart from chilies, he said the price of red onion is also expected to drop soon as India has started re-exporting the produce and the consignment having arrived at the Malaysian port.
Right, the rise in non-subsidized cooking oil prices was influenced by the rising price of crude palm oil, also known as CPO, since August last year. This was said by Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Datuk Seri Alexander Nantalinggi.
According to Nanta, the CPO price was reported to have risen above 3,000 ringgit per ton in December last year, receiving many complaints about the increase in the price of non-subsidized cooking oil. He said production prices increased due to several factors, namely the increase in international demand for crude and processed palm oil. Meanwhile, he said June last year, the Malaysian Palm Oil Board reported that the price of crude palm oil prices in the world market had increased every month.
The decision to implement the Conditional Movement Control Order in Sarawak has been effective for 14 days starting 18 to 31st January 2021. The Conditional Movement Control Order is seen as the best approach to mitigate the effect of the pandemic and to regain the economic recovery momentum. However, businesses would need to adapt in changes in order to thrive in the new norm. Seri has the report.
As entertainment outlets took a hit with the COVID-19 pandemic with movement restrictions and the new norm of social distancing, however, business goes on as usual with standard operating procedures in place.
Orang akan langgar juga biar punya macam banyak berpegang macam dinding ke mesin ke, orang akan suruh emaknya sanitize tangannya lah yang disediakan kat kaunter orang. Orang akan beri sanitize kat anaknya, kat tangan anaknya sebelum sidak masuk, main lah dan selepas sidak main. Pasal orang akan explain lah macam ni, kami orang pun SOP masa sidak main mesin lah. Macam ada setengah macam ada satu mesin yang pun sidak dapat jenis yang dapat main bergroup. Ia kan akan ikut macam distance sidak orang lah. Macam battleship kami orang yang kami padah lah mesin akan sampai 6 orang, kami orang akan limitkan sampai 4 orang je.
According to Dr. Fung Chong Yan, the economic impact towards businesses during the pandemic depends on the adaptability of their business models.
I think the main thing that for business sector to think about is whether the business model can be converted or shifted towards online. If the businesses operation-wise can be converted to online, I suppose in terms of economic impact would still be not as bad as some of the businesses where it cannot be converted to online, especially those service industries. They have no choice. They can't deliver, say for example, saloon, for example, you can't deliver online. But other businesses actually can. So those that can be converted to online or maybe use the online platform to support the operations, probably the impact would not be that significant. But of course, to a great extent, in terms of volume, definitely they'll be slowing down because people are more careful with their spending.
Meanwhile, for creative industry player Jamie, despite the COVID-19 situation, she remains optimistic in the fight by creating a new flow for her industry.
Which to most people, they think, why are you doing that? It sounds a bit like crazy, but this is actually the time for us to incubate, for us to lay down the foundation, to do the groundwork, to prepare ourselves for the big thing which is coming once the pandemic is over. So we have to stay positive, no matter what. Yeah, I know we are kind of like going against the flow, but we are actually creating something. We are creating that flow for the industry. Postponed, yeah, very unfortunate for the industry, very deeply affected, yeah. But I always believe we need to be creative when it comes to marketing. Marketing is very important, especially now. And because this talent platform is a digital thing. And now we are big into digital. Yeah? Sarawak is moving into this digital era. So we have to jump onto the bandwagon.
As Sarawak is diving into digitalization, efforts remain to be sustained as a preparation for traders in the business sector to broaden their aspects to cover the demand affected by the COVID-19 situation. After collective representations and as we dive into this industry, it is evident that the decision to continue businesses for different industry players in this sector still receive positive reviews in light of the CMCO. There is still light at the end of the tunnel. Here with me, Shaminato, TVS.
Well, that concludes our Nightline. With that, I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for tuning in. Have a pleasant night.